All right, we're live again. Thank you for watching the VOD. If you're hearing this, it's probably because you're watching the VOD. And thanks for being out there. Thank you very much, everybody, for just being very, very kind and supportive in recent weeks. And I and the team, thank you for it. You guys are pretty good eggs. Cool. Playtest day today. So, well, I guess this weekend. What can I say about this one? We'll see how it goes. Little nervous on this one because we had made some changes recently that we've still been working out some of the kinks on in closed beta. So we'll see how things perform under load. So consider this kind of a stress test, I guess. A semi-stress test. Because even if nobody else is, I'm a little stressed. We've been doing good on the stress front. We've been doing good on just sort of the tech front in the recent months. It's really come together. I can explain in semi-layman, non-technical terms. But essentially, one of the things that we've had to change was the fact that we have we're providing you with even more storage options. So there's a lot going on with inventory. We've in the recent last couple of months, we've added the shared banking, also made regional banks, which that then means that every bank in every region that exists that you can put items in, that's a whole new inventory essentially that we're having to track. Let's see. Mounts and pack animals have inventory. Housing has inventory. So it's something that we've just been basically looking at and having to deal with. So does it make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to you guys watching the VOD. And we'll probably repeat that message or whatever at different intervals here. We'll see how it goes. One of the first questions was Joss's Death Touch said, I hope it's not Night Harbor is not a laggy mess. I don't know. We'll see. I hope so too. We are both on Team Hope. How about that? Nell 467, what's going on? Hey Thadvik, Sanipask. Dacone? I can't remember how I pronounced that. It's been a while. Candyman, what's going on? USS Kirk, hello. Phantom Ghost, Chaklar, Jossis. Calidoran, 97, howdy. Seraph, how are you doing? Rule. Bam Bam, Twitch TV, hello. Novaman XL. Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I'm really hoping everything goes smooth for you guys this weekend. You know, if it doesn't go smooth for us, it's not like we're going anywhere. We'll be here. We'll try to make it smoother. Hopefully we'll be continuing to make things smooth for years to come. So, but we always want it to be as smooth as possible for you guys, especially this close to early access. I know if it doesn't go smooth, people are going to have thoughts, and rightfully so, but we'll get it fixed. Cactus Coder, hello. How are we feeling about the June 1st EA now? Is there anything we can do to beat up server? This playtest will beat it up enough, I think. How are we feeling? We're ready to get rolling. But it's, you know what? There's going to be a lot of really awesome about the early access launch, and there's going to be a number of things that are just like, and that's just the way it's going to be either way, and that's always going to be the case. It's just what happens when you launch something. RNG, what's going on? Elron, hello. Orcish, Morkish. Hey, Pity. Soldier's Fate, House Panth. So if the PvE servers go down, go try the PvP server. Yeah, it'll be less crowded. What's up with a foot? Queech Queech, Gorf. Hopefully I don't miss people. Caranthia and Bulldog. Slam Bits. Drew ATX, hey buddy. What's up, Possum? Santa Pass said, I'm just worried about the performance of the client and the server for EA in terms of content. The game is amazing. And you know what? It's just going to be one of those things that teams with multi-million-dollar budgets and more time and all that have issues when their games go live, when their MMOs go live. We're bound to have issues as well. Hopefully you guys can bear with us and just hang in there, and then things will stabilize and it will just become your normal everyday thing, right? It'll be sort of like it is for people that are in closed beta right now. It'll just be you can log in and check it out whenever. Hey, what's up, Squats? Squats said all MMO launch weeks are tough. It's normal. Yeah, it's normal, guys. Freedom from Tyranny. Hello. Said loving beta. Thanks for all the hard work. You're very welcome. Thanks. Thanks for being there. Female halfling hair win. It's being worked on, right? A lot of hairs and stuff. I asked Ali if he's going to get his stream with all the cool data up, because I know people like to check that out. So, can you rob people's houses in PvP? I don't. Well, you can't yet, but I don't know if we'll ever add that. But any idea why I don't see the 4 new servers like my friend does? Are you on the right drop down? Did you pick the, what is the one? I picked it, so, but I'm trying to think of, what is it called? Is it just normal game? I don't know. I can't see it anymore. You know what I mean. Did you pick the right one? I hope we get an EU server, Santa Pass said. I certainly didn't expect so many votes for EU server on the poll. It's looking very, very likely for EU server now. Hey, Swanee, what's going on, buddy? Thank goodness Swanee is here. Never forget Blizzard issued 1 and 2 and 3 day refunds when WoW first launched due to excessive server issues. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the smoothest even for a bit, and then the queues and all that stuff, so. But hey, if you want to hold us to a higher standard, I think that's cool. Ermgard, hello. Happy Friday. Yeah, it is Friday for everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Even if you're not playing, I hope you have a good Friday and a relaxing weekend from your grind. Bikik the Great, hello. Lisette, UO, hello. Did the change of the lighting make things smoother? Is that why it was changed a few weeks ago? Well, I don't know what change you're referring to. Online database says, I'm so stoked to check out the game. Right on. Oh, so Candyman said, Sean, this is probably something that's been shared before. And before I go further, an online database, it's always nice to run into people that haven't played yet. So for you guys that it's your first, oh geez. Well, I guess it could have been worse. Here I am trying to provide you with a nice view. Dude, it was so cinematic. Yeah, you guys said it's your first time playing. If it's the least bit kind of squirrely or not great, then give us another chance later. If I swear you like us. Daquan. That's right. Daquan. Thank you. No, Daquan. Daquan. Oh, all right. I got to stream more just so I can remember everybody's name properly. I got to start streaming more. Yeah, you can start in the Elf Village, Elf Zone as well. You can start a Phelan Draw in Evershade Wield. So the question from Candyman was about mounts. What's the team vision for mounts? Obviously, they provide extra inventory, but are they intended to be fast? A little surprised when I bought the first how slow it was. We're starting slow, and we'll continue to sort of ramp it up. And we didn't want it to just be instant super speed. We want to make sure that we respect and honor the player songs and spells that provide speed boosts. So we always want to be observant of that as a cap. There will be different mounts with different speeds. Over time, I believe we've got some skills and stats that also factor into speed and agility of mounts. But the overall vision of mounts is that you can rig them in 3 different ways. So you can have basically you can ride them, and that will be they'll be in their optimal movement mode when they're ridden, right? And it will limit the amount of storage that you can have on them. Or you can rig them for carrying, and so they'll have more storage, or you can rig them for pulling, and they will be able to pull some things. So, yeah. Can I have a turtle mount and arguably be slower? Yes, you can have a slow turtle, but maybe it provides some other value. There are some ideas that have been thrown out on mounts of like they move faster on roads as well, roads and paths. So then we can not feel so bad if we're really starting to creep up into max speed with them. Yeah. One thing that a mount is really supposed to do as well is just make you fall in love with it. Quick shout out to the horse Charlie. Charlie on beta has been missing for a few days because of a bug. We believe that we've got the bug fixed, but everybody in Phalandraw has been sad because of Charlie's disappearance. He is a well-beloved... He's not dead. No RIP. Charlie's not dead. He's in another dimension, I think. So, we just, rip. That just broke my heart thinking of it. But, oh yeah, by the way, your mounts can be killed. Hey, Hyper Taco. I'm scrolling up a little bit. There's Dakuan again. I'm going to have to say it a few times so I remember. For me, it just says monsters and memories in the drop-down. That is the correct one. Robbing other people's houses would be a cool alternative rule set idea. I do agree with that. Maybe on the Super RP server. The whitelisted Super RP server, that'll come in handy. One of these days we'll get that going when we're not jumping through our butts on everything else. Eldochus? Hello? What's up, Gloomkin? Stoic? Hey, thanks for that. Live stream is missing a ping. Yeah. We've got to fix the bot. I'm not what you call a bot expert. One of the guys is looking at it. Here, I'll do it manually. The guys know how to trigger it, but like I'm elderly Gen X, so I don't know. I don't know how to make things work. And you know what? There's a lot of stuff that I don't care if I don't know. One second. I just did it. I did it manually. I did it live. Dude, 200 messages since I last looked at Discord. That's probably all appropriate language. What's up, baby? How you doing? What's up, Coot? Had any good ideas lately? Redris, what's going on? Zuby, Synlytic. Don't thank me, thank Swanee. Swanee is the one that made it happen with the code. Murpus, Hedden. As Sandy Pass said, can I make a suggestion about music for the game? So far I really like it, but I think it'd be cool to have some pieces of music that don't sound so much like environmental music. While Vanilla's music, for example, is considerably inferior to EQ's music in that regard. EQ has so many iconic melodies. Have you heard the full playlist? But always, you know, you can ping Robert and give him ideas. Robert's a very open guy, man. Like, Robert's very approachable on music. He's doing it for the love of. Hey, what's going on? Brown Butcher and John. And Atomic Frog, Unsung Hero, Atomic Frog. Accountant / petition destroyer. Wooby Tog. Eminem Chatter. Jokin707, thank you guys for the follows. It's always nice to say thank you for the follow. I don't know what it does for me. I'm like, thank you for the follows. So that you can be informed whenever the live stream goes live. It makes my number bigger, I guess, so that's cool. And you're real, I didn't even have to pay for you. Harbor2222. Thank you for the follow. Quotizzles. I will never be able to pronounce your damn name properly. It's a really rad name, but I can never pronounce it right. I get performance anxiety when I go to read your name. Pretzel with EQ? So it's Ketzel? Or Kretzel? A404 not found said, Robot, what's it like to be so incredibly handsome? Also, I think my key didn't get delivered. Wink. You gotta be a little more subtle. Evolutions, thank you for the follow. Ixar Shadow Knight, what's going on? Definitely drinking out of soup bowl. My soup bowl had a handle, but the handle broke off like 2 years ago, and we haven't found a good enough mug to replace it. So, and then I lost the handle, I lost a finger, and so it's really just kind of like a dexterity test. Hello, Opeth. Opeth, are you the same Opeth from Discord that's whose stuff I need to read about PvP? Welcome back. Handle broke off because of the 25 pounds of coffee. No, it just, I think I banged it on something and it just snapped off. I felt so bad. Hello, Tech Writer. GTLite said, hey, Robot, love the game so far. Keep up the good work, guys. Hey, thank you very much. Again, guys, if for whatever reason, if you get in tonight and it's a little shaky, you know, forgive us. We're working through some changes and, oops. Sorry, I was trying to scroll up and find something. I'm just gonna let it. I'll catch up. we're just going through some changes with expanding the way that this may not be the technical answer, but it's close enough to the truth. We're going through some changes with the way that we're handling inventory because of so much additional inventory that we're providing to you guys through the new systems. So there may be some wonkiness today. We'll see. Consider this kind of a stress test, if you will. Brocco Bango and CT Soccer 13. Thank you for the follows. But yeah, so the fact that we've gone to like regional banks, and so that increases the number of banks that exist. We've got housing, we've got mounts with storage. We've got, what else was there? I think something else that expanded. Shared banking went in, and so it's just, there's a lot going on with inventory, and we're just continuing to, continuing to fix that. Drew TBH, thank you for the follow, and Skrill. Skrill, I know your name's not supposed to be this, but your name is spelled the way a German says squirrel. Skrill. Screwdog. I promised I wasn't going to try to be funny today, and I've already screwed it. So Sharp. Hey. Shina. I Purge People said, I was hoping to join the public test this weekend, but holy cow, did chores stack up on me. It's chore weekend. That sounds like the opposite of fun. Liz Biscuits, what's going on? How are you this Friday? I guess because I haven't been streaming as much, I haven't seen you around as much. Maybe I need to spend more time in the closed test channel. I hope you're doing well. Sewon, thank you for the follow. Momentum Online said kudos for not just throwing it out. Hey, it's a really good cup. Robert Helsinki is here. Santa Pass, you can pass your information. You can pass your feedback on to Robert directly now. Opus said, LOL, yes, I'm that Opeth. Whether you're or not, you need to read it is debatable. Just a lot of thoughts. Well, a lot of people in the PvP channel were saying that it was worthwhile, and so seems cool to me. Network and inventory syncing is a nightmare. Dealt with it last year with my game. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. Is there going to be patch review notes that Nick used to do, done by someone else? Always love patch reviews. Yeah, I'm happy to read them as well. Like I said, I need to stream more often. I may not stream the perfect hours for you guys because I am in Germany. And I may not stream for very long at a time because I just got a lot of stuff I need to do, a lot of work to do. And I can't get the stuff done that I need to get done if I'm streaming. To be honest with you, if you watch past streams, you kind of look and you're like, well, that guy's not very productive. I'm focused on you guys. I'm not focused on getting shit done. And then there's a lot of stuff that I do that is just not streamable, you know. Liz worked a very long week. Liz is tired, but is coming to answer questions on Krivia. Yep, if you are on Krivia and you're in Night Harbor, Liz will probably be assisting you in some way. Please be nice. How are troll models coming? Want to see if they're going to look like... I haven't seen any work being done on them. That does not mean that it's not being done. It just means I haven't seen it. What's going on? ArchFX. ArchFX here is finally flagged as a moderator. He is on the team. He's doing spell effects and also making Robert the happiest young man on Earth by fixing the little camera bug that we have. Hopefully. Hey, what's going on, Blue? Yep. Blue will be on Kirby as well as a Shira body pillow, being very helpful. What server is closest to West Coast US? They all say East. I thought all of our servers were Central at the moment. But we'll be changing that for early access. They all say East right now. Then I could be wrong, or they could be wrong. Somebody is bound to be wrong. Me or them, and my money would say probably me. Any chance human ranger druids will be able to start an Evershade wield? Love that zone, and human is Bis race. I don't think so, but you never know. I don't think so, but you never know. You keep your human stink out, the elf said. There's a village nearby. Yeah, well, we'll look at it. I mean, it's going to be jamming a lot of people in Night Harbor. That's the only reason I'm like, well... DiGerino, hello. Easy mode says, I know you have a lot on your plate. Do you know if we still have some class balance overused from where they left off? Really was looking forward to Necromancer updates, but now it's in a void with recent staff changes. The guys are working extremely diligently as we speak on pulling together an update of information on the status of classes, plans for the future, how we want to move forward on that stuff. So we've got some top men on it, and there's a lot of discussion going on that front. And oh, you guys are in. Oh, because it's 6 o'clock. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, what in the world? It's 6 o'clock. It crept up on me. So I guess we'll see. Let's see how things hold up. I'm trying to remember. Did we have to include, I should know this, but it's just been one of those, it's been one of those couple of weeks. Do we have the little bank fixer duder in here? No. So I don't think we needed him. All right. So if he's not here, then it was found we didn't need him. If you do run into some weird things where it looks like your items aren't rendering properly or whatever, yeah, the bank recovery NPC, was he not? I didn't see him in the bank. Do/reload inventory, see if that fixes it. I could have sworn there's also the ability to, like, if you move stuff around, sometimes it fixes it. Closed beta users, have you switched the server on your dropdown? Switch to dropdown. Switch to dropdown. It's if you're still on the closed testing thing, you need to go out there and like, there's only one option. There is no drop down. Log all the way out and back in. You did and you repaired. I can see both open and closed servers when I have closed testing selected. Swanee is looking into the issue. Swanee is looking into the issue. There's a stale credential issue. You need to log out top right and back into the launcher, Tupac said. It sounds, Tupac says you have stale credentials. You did that? Log all the way out of the launcher, input credentials again, patch, and that worked for Atomic Frog. You logged all the way out, you put in your credentials, you patched. It might be something else, Swanee says. He has an idea of what it is. Worst case, while you're waiting on Swanee to figure it out, hold on, I need to tell Discord as well. We're aware and looking into it. Please repeat this for the other folks once my message scrolls into the void. Okay. So, this is why I love these dudes. Real passion, care, and working to fix issues. We love fixing your issues so much that we create new ones on a regular basis. Just so we can help you. That's how you keep the GMs employed. Yep. Easy mode, Jimbo Slice, Inkrazumi, Boris Rex. Thank you guys for the follows. Yes, the credential thing was by no means a ploy on our end to throttle the number of people that could log in. It is not a sneaky queue system. By no means is that what we did. Yeah, Robert. Is the lotto system fully randomized? Just asking if me playing 40 hours in test is going to help my chances. It is just random. We've done some stuff in there to assist us with people not trying to cheat a bit. So there's some different layers of that in there, but it doesn't, unfortunately. It doesn't factor in how long you've been, you know, in the community. Unfortunately, it doesn't factor in how much you've played. So those are, honestly, those are cool things to be able to factor in. It's just when we came up with a system, I don't even know how we'd get that, to be honest, but future us might. Swanee said, I found the issue might require a quick server restart. Okay. We found the issue. It might require a quick server restart. Let me check our playtest server management. Hat-trick Swayze. It took me a second. Thanks for the follow. Crimson Bloodbath, we are aware of there's a bug that we may need to restart the servers for. We're doing a quick 1-minute restart since we just brought the servers up. Swanee, will that auto announce? Let me ask here. Okay, he heard me. He replied, well-oiled machine. Let me see if Ollie's got his thing up. He said he was going to try to get his stats dealy going. Server announcement. Hi all, quick restart. Swanee forgot to let the people from closed testing in. Oops. Let's go to Monsters and Memories channel and let's see if there is the wonderful Ollie. He doesn't have it going yet. As soon as he gets it going, I'll make sure that we're seeing it. A few people, let me ask, was it? No, it doesn't appear to have affected all. Is that expected? So one of the fun, if you're new to this stream, one of the fun things that we've been trying to do, it's expected that some people could get in and some people could not. So that's fine. It seems normal. One of the whole reasons why this game exists is because we just wanted to make a game and show what it looks like behind the scenes when you're working on a game. And so that's part of what's going on here as well. You get to see how we handle this kind of like, oh shit, it didn't work, or something's broken behind the scenes. So I've got Slack open on the top of this monitor. I've got Discord open on the bottom of that monitor. I'm talking to you guys. Wind bombs, what's going on, buddy? Tsunami-san? Hello? Jesse JJ92. Howdy. Any game balance changes in this test compared to the current beta? I believe it's fairly in line. I think it's fairly in line. Yeah, the servers are being restarted any moment now. Turnip Gin, what's going on, buddy? Turnip Gin said, God, I remember when this channel had a handful of people in it and Eminem was just a whisper in the wind. Love what you've done, Robot. Hey, thanks for continuing to be around. Turnip Gin, are you in testing? Yeah, but you haven't done much. Okay, cool. As long as you're in. I need to get with you OGs and make sure that folks are all in. All of you guys that were around in year one. UKator, what's going on? Robot, hope you and the team keeps rocking. Every new thing I see just excites me a bit more about June. Can't wait to see what you we haven't seen yet. Hey, thank you for that. It's good to see you. Rel's coming down now. This game is live for everyone right now. If you are in closed testing, then closed testing, those servers will be down for the duration of the playtest. And then you'll be able to just go on those existing servers. The Real Bame and Shin271, thank you guys for the follows. Hey, what's going on, GM Trent? Z Starbucks said no EU server, sad face. It's very, very likely we'll have an EU server when we go into early access. But for the testing, no. Why does my Discord look like this so often? Why does our Discord... Why is this what I do for a living? My mom's like, what do you do for a living? Anytime my mom's curious about what's going on at work, I just send her to the FOH forums. Anytime she's just like, how's work going, darling? I just send her to FOH. And then she, she's like... She says, baby, are you afraid to talk about FOH? They think you're afraid to say the words. No. I'm like, Mom, it's their special place. It's their special place where they are allowed to go and say what they want. I don't want to interject and, like, taint it. So. But my mom's an avid reader. The server still hasn't restarted. Uh-oh, Ollie's in the channel as well. Up, Swanee Sumbandali. Oh no. Swanee said someone didn't update the IP in the web app. Doing that now. I'm not gonna say who that someone is. I will take the blame. What race do you think fits the cleric the most? I think gnome. Goblin? No. Gnome clerics are the best clerics. Dwarves, acceptable. Nevar 808. Nevar 808. Did you pick 808 because of the drum? Was there any change to bank stuff since all my bank is empty now? There's been a lot of inventory stuff going on. Let me get you a better answer for what to do in that case. Slash reload inventory. Try that first. Hey, Chinny, what's going on? What's up, Cat? When will we see patch notes in the launcher? Good question. The instructions for reload inventory are in the message of the day. Thank you, Trent. Let me do slash mo. Oops. In here. Slash motd. I really think we need to have the message of the day appear in a different spot other than like the old school in the chat window. I think I'm not a big believer in a lot of pop-ups, but there are certain pop-ups where it makes sense. Oh, and I should probably be visible again. Liz said, robot, the bank's empty because my stuff was on the old banker, question mark. I would need to confirm that. Because there's either a way to fix it through something like slash reload inventory, or the guys should have had the whatchamacallit banker in place. Hey, Hidden Tree, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you. Yeah, the helper banker guy was not. Gnome cleric, see? Gnome cleric. Hey, Sneaky Pete's. You can get in now, but your old test characters are gone. Is that expected? How old? If it's really, really old, then I believe so, yeah. At some point, I thought we had started over. Let me check customer service real quick. Yeah, John's saying, people on Sean's stream are saying recovery banker is missing if they can't get stuff. Might have to spawn some if that's the case. Let's confirm that. Up arrow. And we'll get to spawning if so. If you never moved your inventory from the recovery banker to the real banker, you'll be unable to access those items and coin until we can get a recovery banker spawned back. Please move it over and do not use a recovery banker for storage, though. It will not be a permanent feature. Thank you, Zillith. Cool. Great answer. Copy. Screen cap. Cool. Teamwork. Are the beta people able to see the servers again? That's a good question. The only server I don't see at the moment is Rel, but I assume that to be normal. Is that not normal? Okay, then let me just log back in. There we go. Encrypt. What are we monitoring during this stress test? Honestly, from the tech guys may have some other answers. From my end, I'm mainly just looking to see how things hold up. We've had some issues in beta just because of some of the refactoring we're doing, some of the changes we're making in order to accommodate much more player inventory. I think that is the proper, that's what's going on. just because we've got so many systems that have inventory. We've got regional banks now, we've got shared banking, we've got housing that contains inventory, pack animals and mounts. One day, even little boats. We've got... What else was going on? Shared banking, housing, regional banking, inventory amounts. I mean, mounts and pack animals. So, yeah, it will be the inventoriest MMO. Encrypt is doing some really cool stuff for the UI behind the scenes, so it's going to be exciting when you guys see that. I don't know if he's posted anything, but that won't say much. Will there be new patch notes soon with class updates, maybe? We're, Zilith, Jahar, Ali, are working very diligently. I'm chiming in, but I kind of feel like a Simpson, or Simpsons character. I'm like, I'm helping. But they are working to basically get a nice update of information in place so that we can talk about the status of things, changes that we see ahead, timing, and things like that. So. QA role has not been filled yet. That's still in the works. So basically the update with the QA role is I have gone through this week and I have read all 90 submissions. So there were 90 submissions when we turned it off. And I've read all of the cover letters and CVs, created a nice little spreadsheet, gone through, and I'm working through the process now of like basically following up on kind of the results of that first pass. So my goal was to winnow those down to a smaller chunk of people to talk to. You know, can't talk to all 90, unfortunately. I will say that the submissions that we got were really cool. There was a lot of information that people provided that was just kind of like pretty endearing and heartwarming and stuff in their cover letters, and I appreciate everybody that submitted application, you know, a cover letter and a CV is very cool. So, but I've read every single one of them this week, and that's allowed us to get to the next step, so I'll follow up. Jonah said, Robot, not trying to bug you, but a bunch of streamers are trying to log into the PvP server with open beta and they're stuck at character create. How do we get the information on what to do to them? I don't think that's anything on our end. So we just changed some, like we basically just changed a permission and then restarted the servers. Let me ask and see if Haradrel. Let me go. Let me first copy recovery banker info from Chip. And then let me ask about Haradrel. Was Haradrel updated as well? And then I'll paste your thing in there, Jonah. Swanee said Haradrel should be ready and it's unlocked. If they didn't log out and back in, that may be the issue. So Jonah, if you want to convey that to people. Swanee said, I'm not sure why people can't get past character select. He's going to make a character and look firsthand. John NS said that he made a character and got in. Okay, they're getting in. Just a quick reload. Okay, perfect. Thank you for the update there. Klaus de Erden, hello, my friend. Playing on Krivia server right now. Wanted to ask, is there actually any difference between all of the non-PvP servers? Nope, they're just a number of servers so that we've got more options for you to kind of spread out. Let me... Now let me tell the guys in customer service. Got recovery banker in NH on rel. I wonder if this guy works in the Elf City or if he gets beat up. Let's go see. You're welcome, Klaus. Let's see what happens. He seems to be welcomed. Why do I have a Shira Tails in my recovery bank? Let's not think about that one too hard. I like how your arms are up. You look like you're trying to scare NPCs. Yeah. I want to be able to like just sit down and fly. To me, that's probably number one thing for us to fix in the game is just be able to sit like this and fly. Because it does kind of look like I'm driving. Let me go back to Night Harbor to make sure that it's okay. Did Ollie ever get his stream going with the various dashboards? Why did your beta opt-ins get disabled? Had to recheck the boxes. Why do you have more than one opt-in? It used to just be opt-in beta, and now there's an additional opt-in for PvP. Had it checked on it every so often, it was fine. Yeah, it shouldn't have been touched at all. Are you allowed to have two people in the same household sign up for the beta key lottery? Yeah, of course. But if you use 3 email addresses to do it and we find out, we will delete Let me go back. Oops. Yeah. Oh, did we get... Oh, that's a good point. Did we do all of the banks in Night Harbor? Oops. Oh, gosh. It would help if my hand's on the right keys. Okay, that is way too fast. I don't know what speed that is, but that is not a good speed for me. Okay. And we've got one more. I never use him, so I'm trying to remember exactly where he is. Somewhere around here. There's a black bar behind buffs. Is there any way to remove that when we lock the bar? Like, I am not sure on that one. Encrypt may know. If there is, I've never thought about it or seen it. It's just adjust the opacity, I guess. Now, Rel now has all 3 banks and fail covered. John says Herodrol recovery bankers have been deployed. Right on. Recovery bankers are popping in. Missing items are on there for folks. Dargon said, I know it's on the back burner. It would make a huge difference to my UI cleanliness. UI cleanliness is on Encrypt's mind. Sorry, guys. It's probably not exciting watching me watch people be lame to each other in Discord, but hey, it's Discord. It's the internet. It's the internet where people... People can be people. Scooby Moo, thank you for the follow. Like Gray Sky. Everybody just be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. Be nice. Be nice. The thing that I think Jeff Kaplan mentioned this in his interview as well. Even back in the day, like when when I was working on EQ, people have a lot of things to say on the internet, and it's sometimes it comes off pretty negative or whatever. But little timeout for this guy. Little timeout. So, but yeah, like when we met people at fan fairs, even people that are just like constantly like, you guys, finger wagging and just, everybody was so nice in person. There were some people that started out kind of gruff. That was like their persona. But you talk to them for like a minute. I used to drink then, so I'd be like, have a beer with them. And they had turned out to be pretty chill, man. Yeah, the internet is not real. Now, the friendships we make on the internet can be. Yeah, so Kaplan was mentioning that in his interview as well. Yeah, it was a great interview. He articulated so much, like so well. He's a very good, I think he's a very good ambassador for the development community in that regard. Nightax said, Robot, sorry if this is a tired topic, but what are the current thoughts on game balance regarding difficulty, TTK, experience, etc.? There are a number of adjustments that we want to continue to make. The end goal at the very kind of like highest sort of 30,000 foot definition of it is that, well, I'm just going to move this if it's not going to retain my thingy, or I'll move it up here out of the way. That we want the journey to take, longer. Like we want you to feel the leveling journey is engaging and there's always stuff to do and you've always got goals, but we do want it to be something that feels like a real journey. Those adjustments are part of that. The world should be often pretty scary. And that's not just like a numeric adjustment thing. That some of that is like looking at some of the content that's out there, etc. And so, yeah. Journey's long enough. Please don't make it longer, LOL. The goal is to make it enjoyable and to make it last. Can you answer if AC on a mob affects spell damage or if that is a spell type like MR Resist? I don't think it's AC, but I could be wrong. Somebody like Zillith could answer that better for you. Yeah, a number of people feel like the journey is too quick, and it's just one of those things that we want to, listen, we're not going to make it a horrible slog. That is not our goal, but we do want it to be something that it's a massive part of the game. It's why we made the game. So we want it to be, I don't know, something that is very much, it doesn't feel too disposable, I guess. Like, yeah, the journey is the why for this. In game. So in game, there are a number of things that we want to try out that are things that I won't say aren't like new to us or whatever, but are maybe more specific for us. And we'll get into those details as we go more. But uh, the end game will have the same things that you would expect. We're a group focused game, so there will continue to be a purpose for grouping and grinding and finding new places and finding new camps at the end. Naturally, there will be world bosses and multi-group encounters and raids. Our focus, though, is not to make a game that is focused on everybody try to get to 60 so you can, everybody can raid and stuff. We expect that if the journey takes long enough, just the journey will be a massive investment for the average person. And so getting to the end is a pretty big deal for them on their own. For the people that are always leading edge, there will be things for you to do and places for you to find and content that is exclusive to you until other people make it that far. And we want to ensure that there is a purpose at the end. But again, the fact that there are people at the end, right, like at level 60, end of the leveling journey, can't for us then create a situation where they become our biggest focus, and it's we're fighting that arms race and forgetting about the core of the game, which is the journey. Does that make sense, or does that sound just too wishy-washy and hand wavy? I'm fine with either response. And then we want to get, our goal is, as we're working towards 1.0, and then even beyond 1.0, we're going to continue to layer content into the world and maybe redesign some areas, repopulate some areas. So servers will change over time a bit. So I don't know if I mentioned it. I think it's fair to say, I don't think you will mind. So I might have mentioned that at the end of last year, one of the additions that we had to the team was a guy you'll see more in Discord. You've probably seen some stuff regarding itemization with him. A lizard named Jahar. And so if you're not familiar with Jahar is the person that I worked for directly when I was on EverQuest. I think we got on the team. I was like an apprentice, but he was on the team as like a senior designer around then. And then he wound up being the design director, and I was the content lead, content/expansion lead on EQ for a while. And over time, Jahar took over more of the teams and eventually left SOE and continued to be like a, studio design director, VP of design, stuff like that at other places. But he reached out and joined up with us at the end of last year. So that's cool. He's somebody that I've always wanted to work with again. And then more recently, in the last couple of weeks, another colleague of ours reached out. So you'll see him around. Akiris, Akkirus, a guy named Steve. I've interviewed both of them on my Loving Robot YouTube channel, where I interviewed previous like people that used to work on EverQuest and stuff. I think there's like 20 interviews if you haven't seen those. So there's like something like 20 interviews, and you can see both Rich and Steve on that. Akiris/Steve is the guy that did the 10th Ring War, the Coldane Shawl Quest, the Velius Ring and Shawl Quest, and the Ring War. And now it's Steve Burke, not Clover. And then we wound up working on Luckland together, and he did some fun stuff in there. And then he went over to work on Vanguard for a while, and then he moved to Blizzard, where he worked on WoW for 16 years, doing content, zone designs and zones. And he's really into like interesting encounters and dynamic stuff, and like kind of pushing the boundaries on what content can be. So he's now with us as well. So that's really exciting, because essentially, we're working on this project. It's ours. We can do with it what we want, which is rad. And as part of that, I'm working with, two of my favorite people that I've worked with in the industry. And hopefully maybe over time, some more of those guys. There's a few more that, if we're able to, it would be nice to be able to have. So. Any plans to add any tanks to Fail and Draw? Currently, the only tank class that starts there is Fighter. No plans to change that at the moment. But it's an interesting question. Who is the Lord Master coming up with the lore for the universe? I do a lot of the lore writing and structuring and lore keeping, but the team all contribute. And part of the fun is seeing what people on the team come up with, and essentially, as different people have different ideas, we're very welcoming of a lot of those ideas and finding ways to work them in and make the world feel interesting. So when you start getting at like the what is in game level, a lot of the what is in game is actually then lore, characters, quest, items, that stuff made by the team. So that may be Stab or Lasava or Talon or Kumadar, or right, like, so the team, the designers are the ones that like wind up doing this sort of like on the ground stuff that you're interacting with a lot. A lot of the lore that I'm doing is just trying to make sure that we've got a stable framework to work within, and we've got a consistent history. We have an editor on the team. We've had an editor for a while now. And part of his job is to make sure that our documentation behind the scenes, our confluence is like consistent and well linked and well referenced and all of that stuff. So, will there be easier ways to export some of the lore? Absu and I were discussing quest stuff and currently no log command to keep track of NPC discussions. I mean, there may be a way to dump it from the journal, but you've got the journal, and then the rest of it is like you just kind of gotta do some elbow grease. The people in the Discord, lore, was it Eminem lore discussion, have been pretty good about discovering things. There's some interesting level of accuracy on some of this. Where do we get more information on deities and how worship impacts gameplay? That'll be coming on. That's just one where we're behind on it. We know what we want to do. We know who gods are. We have pretty good idea of how we want to progress it. It's just it's not implemented, and so we've just got to get caught up. Yep. So, appreciate the open beta this weekend. We're glad to have you. Hopefully everything stays stable. Let me find something real quick. Mev12, Mr. Mar, Mike Impacts. Thank you guys for the follow. You bucking bitch, and Lucerin TTV, thanks as well. Hey, what's up, Overbit? Where am I? I'm on Rel. Let me bounce something off of Swanee really fast. Swanee, I don't know if you're around. Let me find you here. I missed this earlier. Zilla said, and I don't know if... Okay, they probably fixed it already, so I won't mention it. I won't mention it. I'm just catching up on DMs and Slack. The dates here look odd. Yeah, sorry guys if I'm basically just here to try to convey some information if it comes up like from the team. So I'm not 100% like focused. Changing a few bad names real quick. Sorry. We have some new people in Discord. That's always good. Oh, I think I know what it is. I guess we have some streamers. We have some big streamers playing the game. Some people with like big followings that are maybe newer to it. Maybe they're helping some new people find us. And it's not necessarily the game for everybody. Cool. But overall, people are pretty good. People are being mostly behaved. Let me continue to change a few names, though. Continuing to update some names here. Half of MMO dev is babysitting. Well, I mean, that's customer service for you, but we're sharing the load on this team. The main reason I ask about tanks and fail and draw is it creates a group bottleneck or lack of group bottleneck when there's only one class that can be created in city. At least that's what I found. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep an eye on it. Any plans for around UI improvements, both in terms of look, feel, responsiveness? Yeah, we're continuing to work on it. Yeah, I don't, Westmort 40, I don't know what the perfect solution there is. I mean, we can look at it a little bit more before EA, but... But part of it's also, the reality is we're going to have some of the races with their cities are going to feel off in terms of how well-rounded they are, but that's also part of why you go out and over time explore the world and group with other races and stuff. And it's meant to sort of encourage a sense of like a feel about that area or about that race, kind of like how do they actually feel. A lot of what we do is rooted in like not trying to make things perfectly fair and perfectly balanced, and more just like create a certain feel, and then also try to think of like how does this feel in the greater context? How does this feel in the world relative to just like how does it feel? You know, do I have the perfect opportunity to log in and just do all the things that I want to do right away? Thanks, Carrick. Yeah, there's some. Let me see. I'll check to see if there's any horrible names. Let me see if there's any horrible names. So far, it's mostly just been, I think a lot of people are just very happy for the playtest, it seems. They're happy to get in. So there are a lot of, different happy names. So I'm just kind of watching some of the combos of what they do with their happiness, because it's one thing to be... Yeah, that's not a good choice. Yeah, we don't want them being too happy. We don't want like a bunch of happy little men running around, or you are happy, or this game is happy. What we want is we want the right amount of joy. And somewhere out there, there's a 35 to 44-year-old man like giggling to himself, and he's making his happy little name, and he's like, I'm gonna run around to this playtest and show him how happy I am. I know it's Friday. I know it's been a long week. I know that it's a crazy world out there, but Let's see. Are there worse names than Happy? Oh, awesome. Good job, guys. Raw6 said, Robot, can you explain why your graphics are from 1999? I don't understand why it's this way, but the skybox and water and lighting are modern graphics. It's a very weird clash of graphics that I don't works that great. So for us, we really liked the idea of keeping a lot of the modeling chunky and old feeling so that it felt just kind of retro. And we, you know, it gives everything stronger silhouettes. It's easier to see something and just see like specific shapes in it, right? Like if you look out there, there are shapes. And we from day one, from day zero actually, before there was even a day, we were like, you know what'd be cool is if we made it very sort of low poly and chunky, like games used to be, but what if we were able to paint the textures in a way that are much more detailed and look hand painted, and that'll be our stylization. Like that's what we're shooting for. When we first started, we thought, oh, it may even save us some time, but come to find out, it still takes a lot of time to do good textures. And so the skybox and the water are different because they can be. It's our crazy little games. So we like the way these look, and they enable us to create like scenes, right? When I look at this, to me, this winds up creating a nice like scene, right? It feels like a painting. And so our goal is to just always have it anywhere you look. Hopefully it kind of looks like the cover of a book or old illustration, right? It's meant to look like an old painting. Yeah, very inspired by like old D&D books and old like Forgotten Realms covers and old fantasy novels. And just strong silhouettes on things, right? Like even my little guy here. And so that is why it looks 1999. Then anywhere that we can mess around with the lighting, it would be nice to get a little shadow here in this situation as well. But anytime we can mess around with the lighting and have it have an impact, you know, we like to push that. And that's just that's the style we're going for. Some people aren't going to like it. That's fair. Trying on the server, trying to sharpen the newbies. Mana is legit not going up at all. Are you out of drink? And is this a build where you have to manually drink? We had a bug for a while. Any plans to have player shadows? Yeah, there's player shadows. There are player shadows in already, but it's based on the light source. So like during the daytime, you see them. At night, since the lights are all of these things, we want to look at making the shadow more apparent. In this case, I don't think these lights are casting shadows, but we've got to find a way to have all of the various light sources that we want to cast shadows without it like being super unoptimized. It was the water? Okay. Right, so that's part of, you know, because people are like, well, if you're low poly, why does the draw distance have such an impact? Or why do we get like frame rate hits and stuff sometimes? And part of that is because we've got pretty insane draw distance. Here, let's go. Yeah, so part of that is just we're continuing to optimize because we've got pretty gnarly like draw distance and we've got a lot of lighting going on, right? Shadows and stuff are expensive. So I don't know. The person that asked the question earlier, does that help you at all understand at least where we're coming from, even if you don't like it? Raw sick? And then over time, we'll look at putting in more options to allow people with like less and less powerful machines be able to maybe pull some of that in or not enjoy all of this as much, but run on a weaker machine because it's low poly, but this is still not cheap, especially when we're rendering characters and stuff. Rawsick said, I like modern stuff. I just don't have nostalgia for the old stuff, so it's not as cool to me as most. Yeah, and that's fair. That's super cool. And hopefully, you know, if you say that and like somewhere, hopefully people aren't mean to you about it, right? Like, it would be cool if our community, when stuff like that does come up, like don't pile on, don't be mean, you know, don't be like, oh, go play something else then, you know, like just be like, well, it's how it is. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That's okay. We're not. You got to realize, like our entire model from the beginning, our entire business model, how we structured, or our business plan, all of that stuff was never meant to be like we need to have all of the players. Dude, we are a volunteer team that started with 4 people and is now 44 people. And we're still volunteering our time as we have time. And we're making an MMO, and it's a situation where we've been really blessed to have a number of people check us out and like us enough to mention us. You know, people that have followings and all of that. So we're ahead of the curve of where we thought we were going to be. But you know, at the end of the day, if people come in and they have big followings and they expose us to whatever tens of thousands of people, and those people don't really like what they see, that's okay, right? Like we're not a game and a company that's like chasing fans. We're not like just trying to chase after people and try to do whatever we can to make you like us. We just want to make a game that we like. And if other people enjoy it, see, like, look at that guy running around down there. If other people enjoy it, I don't know what he's looking for. He's not going to find anything. Then that's awesome. And the thing is, one of the things that, you know, I've talked to the team about and we'll continue to talk about is if we wake up and there's a whole bunch of people that like us month 1, then we count our blessings and we are thankful for that and we leverage that to the best of our ability. If in month 2 we only have 10% of those people, then odds are we're still okay. Because if that 10% that we have that remains is bigger than the, you know, number that we were expecting, which we weren't expecting a very big number, then we're in a position to continue to work on the game. 90% fall off is a bit extreme. Well, it depends on what the uptake is. If we had 1 million people play, I would expect like a 99% fall off. But if we don't, then that's great. If we have 10,000 people play and we have a 90% fall off, then yeah, something's probably not great. And we'll have to talk about that and keep working. Yeah, I mean, New World had a 90% fall off. In what, a month, 2 months? I mean, it can happen. But then people came back, right? And then they got, that was such a sad story. So Yugenpliss asked, Robot, no hate, love the low poly assets, but on the note of textures and differences, will there be passes on textures? Like, yes, EWS feels newer. Then I see old videos of Night Harbor and the sand seems to have been the same. The sand in Night Harbor is the same from... Oh, gosh, let me find it. Yeah, it is the same. Here, I'll show you the sand from Night Harbor. Videos. Oldest. The sand in Night Harbor is this sand. That is what it is. Yeah, it's very expensive to replace all the sand, so... Hey, Ollie. I know it's a long way off because we only have 2 towns so far, but is the plan still for there to be a traveler system? Yeah, we still talked about it. We still thinking that it's worthwhile to try out, but it hasn't been like the highest priority. But yeah, we'll continue to refine textures and stuff. We're doing that regularly as we're working on things in here. Hales Lurker said, I really hope the theory works out. I really like the whole vibe in the game, and it would be awesome if you guys could continue what you're already doing. Yeah, I hope so as well. Thank you. Are you still planning on changing server poll incentives? Yes. I'm one of those people that selected RP server and hoping more folks are interested in it. So what we're going to do is pretty soon, we're going to wipe the current server poll and just restart it. We're going to rename it. Okay. I was like, where did everybody go? That's not a good sign. It's just because of my mood, my move speed. Ugh. What's going on with that? Is it lag? 471 people in here. Yeah, that's my secret I'm invisible name. Okay, it updated. There you go. Hey, Quatos. So, 491 people. No, 468 people. Ollie, how are things looking? Do we know what will be in Module 2? Is that too far off. We have a very strong feeling that it's going to involve trolls. Gonna check Rail gameplay experience as well, Ali said. Yep. Do you have your stream up, Ali? Yeah, so what we typically find on playtest is Fridays are the Fridays where we have like a new influx of people from, I don't know, maybe there's a posting on some website or there's a streamer playing or whatever. They are the most interesting to watch because it winds up being like the newest crowd. So if I'm distracted every once in a while, I'm just checking like Discord or whatever. If you're one of our established like community members, all I can say is just like be cool. You don't have to argue with people. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to debate or tell them to go away or anything like that. And I'll say there are lots of new people in here tonight. No need to argue, debate, tell them off, etc. Let them express their opinion. And then if they're not into the game, it's all good. The game is for us and the people like us that enjoy it. How tall am I? I am 6'2". Do you think you'll tackle the sort of SK Troll Ogre XR difficulty in M&M? Maybe not the same. Like making just paths that are more punishing. more difficult, more whatever. Robert says he's taller. We have photo proof. Are you? I don't. You're not 6'2", are you, Robert? How tall are you? Robert was on his tippy toes in that picture. Quato said, I got to meet up with ZBrush on Wednesday. It was a great time. I get to meet Swanee on Monday. He was mentioning that. You guys will be giants amongst normal men. Robert said, I am 185. I'm 188. Listen. Coming at me with that. That's why we were using freedom units. See? That's how I tricked you. Ali said, I changed some settings. Rel should be a bit faster. Atomic Frog said, I am 196. Cower before me. Yeah, we've got a few additional tallies on the team. You can place. I read pills. Because I'm in Germany, I always just read pills. Like the beer. Yeah, just a challenge. We can't go to towns because of evil aligned or raise cast combos become more difficult. I know ogres couldn't get to. Yeah, so factions are going to be, as the world gets more fleshed out, I think by module 2, sorry, by module 1, you'll see a significant sort of like difference in how factions are working. So because we'll have an evil city that can be used. We'll have a more evil friendly district underneath Night Harbor in the Underdocks, and so we can push the factions even harder. Oh, a new name has popped up. We have a happy Chinese dwarf. If you see Cheese Dwarf around, say hi to him. Do we ban in Discord for differences of opinion? We tend not to ban if you just have a difference of opinion. But if someone is mostly just causing a disruption, then we may time them out or potentially eventually ban them. Changing offensive names must be some of the best catharsis. It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff that happens in customer service that is kind of like, it's so silly that you kind of have to laugh. Speaking of, oh, I haven't even checked Haradrill's names. That's a server that's probably got some names. Change name? Would Harry Baggins get the name changed? Have that one on Rel? Yeah, you'll probably get your name changed. Without a doubt, we'll get a petition as you're running around. That's not necessarily one we'd be looking for. Doodoo will likely not be changed. We've had some discussion about childish doodoo names. So there's a line with your doodoo name. Just for those of you out there ages 35 to 44 who make up the bulk of our core audience, just a heads up that depending on what you're doing with the doodoo in your name, or the poo or the pee, then there is a line. You do get some leniency if you are a goblin. Butts are okay. Balls are a bit borderline, so you have to watch what you do with your balls. If you are a doo-doo or a pee or a poop, don't consume this. So watch names that are consuming of those things. Like consumption is not good, but if you're just a doo-doo butt, then I think we've determined within customer service that that it's probably not no, poo-poo taster is not good. Doo-doo-ee is not good. But these are the serious questions that we do have to answer behind the scenes when developing a commercial product in 2026 for an older crowd. Doo-doo sniffer is a borderline one, and that will probably, if your surname is Sniffer, if your first name is Doo-doo and your surname is Sniffer, I think we'll probably want to change it. That will probably come up in the customer service channel. I need to check customer service channel right now to see if this conversation is triggered. Uh... Seven to one. Okay. Just making sure there's nothing crazy going on. And there doesn't seem to be. Cool. Did all the bank items get wiped from last test? You should be able to go to the recovery banker and look, and your missing items should be in there. They'll look like... Coffee Burger LLC. Is that you, Justin Beard? Recovery bankers are in the bank. And they have the name Recovery Banker. No worries. They're kind of off out of the way on a number of these, so. That is you, Justin Beard? Right on. I thought so. Lorana is you. Welcome you. Jungenpliss, what are you talking about? Are you being attacked? Hello, you are looking down, sorry. What? I'm even more... T-Con said, I'm excited to see the opinions of all the new testers coming in. There are definitely some opinions. Is Brewing in the game at all? I don't believe so. I don't think so. Not yet. Justin Beard. There's like there's a 15% chance that I'm wrong on that, but no. It's so weird watching multiple streams of conversation. How many people do we have in here? And did 451 in Night Harbor at the moment. And then we've got, did Ollie get his stream up? Will alcohol have distortion effects? Yeah, alcohol should have some interesting effects to it. Hey, Sparrow. What's going on? Alcohol should make you stronger, better looking, a better dancer. Can we grow pipeweed? That is the eventual dream. Account monsters, memories, metrics. So we've got the ability for you to look here. Over time, we want to turn this more into, more like the dashboard that I'm looking to see if Ollie's got up. Yeah, so Ollie's got his dashboard up. Over time, it would be cool if we have something that like this kind of looks a bit more detailed for you guys, and then we'll just keep getting more metrics available to you. But you can see right now 1,694 people online. That's cool. That's not bad. Ollie said it's the only value I bring to the streaming table. How will I get followers then? Fair. Callum was saying crossbreed your own pipe weed, purple smoke rings. Like being able to like, there's a thread in the Discord about pipes. And yeah, being able to have interesting pipes, rare pipes that you can find, have different pipe weed that you can grow and find and stick away and trade and stuff like that would be really cool. It's kind of like, you know, it's kind of the same as this stuff. Sounds like a pipe dream. Right on. I dig what you just did there. How are we doing? It's almost 8 o'clock on my end, and honestly, I started the stream early so that I would just be here for the kickoff. It looks like things are running smoothly enough. We're at 1,700 people. Invariably, some things are bound to happen here and there. And we'll fix them as we go. We'll try to make sure that we've got good coverage for you guys over the evening and overnight. If you're still on very late in America, but early in the morning in Europe, I will pop in and grab some petitions in the morning. And yeah, that's so I'm going to pop off here in a few minutes and cook dinner, but I appreciate that everybody was here. Is anybody from the team streaming at the moment? ZBrush, if you want to stream, I'll raid you. Brown Butcher said, great job. Everything's running great for me so far. Hey, good job, team. Thanks, everybody, for being here, checking in on us. It's always good to see you guys. And then somebody let me know when ZBrush is on. I'll try to... There's like a /raid command, right? /raid. And then... ZBrushed. Cool, I have that lined up and ready to go then. We'll do it this way. Hey, thank you for being here. Yeah, it's we were having some issues on beta the last 2 weeks with just some, like I said earlier, there were some lag issues and stuff. So it's good to see that that's been fixed. Okay, ZBrush went live. Everybody have a great weekend. If I don't see you again before next week, I hope everything goes smoothly for you. I hope you enjoy things. Again, we've got new people in the community. Be nice to everybody. Like, there's no need to argue with them. There's no need to tell them to piss off. There's no need to, like, call them a doo-doo butt or whatever. Just be nice. And if they don't like it, they probably won't be around too long. If they're being horrible, then let one of us know and we can just, like, give them a little timeout or, you know, whatever. But again, thank you so much for being here. And enjoy it. we don't have much longer until we're going into early access. So these are kind of like special moments that we're not going to get again, right? We're going to have this test, maybe a stress test or another test here or there. You know, and it's only a couple more big tests before we go into early access, and then it is what it is, right? So thanks again. You guys are awesome. And let's raid ZBrush using the command. Okay. The command did not work. Why did not work? Let's... Womp womp. Alright, let's raid ZBrush doing it the way that we always do it. Bum bum bum. Oh, he's working on ogre hair too, so that's important and handsome. I love it. Almost there. We're gonna raid in a moment. It says we can raid now. Let's do that very thing. All right, see you guys.